Hi guys, Andy with the Exit Advisor here. I asked 5 business owners who've never sold a business what their top questions would be. So I've got 12 questions here on the board behind me. We're going to go through them one by one. If you're curious about it, stick around. Next question, timescale to complete. So again, I'm trying to be specific as possible here, but really it totally depends on a number of factors. How ready the buyer is. Are there funds in place? Have you got the right lawyers? Have you got the right lawyer? Have they got the right lawyer? Can they talk to each other, or are they quite combative, quite litigious in their approach? Are they looking to score points quickly, or do they recognise that maybe there's some concessions that they need to give along the process? And it's the same, unfortunately, for the buyer. How negotiable are they? Because buying a business is never an easy process. You know, there's going to be bumps along the road, and even as a seller, you might think your business is up to a certain standard, things are in place, but as you go through the due diligence process, you'll more often than find, as we did, that things come up that you weren't even aware of. Not necessarily negative things, just a due diligence checklist is designed to be really, really thorough and literally look under every stone into every corner. And so you can find things that might even shock, or not shock, but maybe surprise the seller. So really, if you get the right team involved in the process, and that's not just on your side as the seller, but on the buyer's side as well, due diligence shouldn't really take longer than kind of 90 days. And you might have an extra few weeks on top of that to kind of negotiate the broad heads of the deal, or what are called the heads of terms. But I think realistically, somewhere between kind of 3 months would be a really good time, 4, 5, 6 months possibly, depending on how on top of it both sets of solicitors are. And again, that's where someone like me would come in, because we're making sure that both sides, both professional sides, are talking to each other regularly. So we try and encourage like weekly meetings, even if it's just a quick kind of 15-minute checklist to blast through any outstanding items. So timescale to complete, it could be years, but realistically, if you've got the right people, they've got the funding in place, and they're serious, and equally you're serious as a seller, you've got your information lined up properly, ready to go through due diligence, then there's no real reason why it should take longer than somewhere between 3 and 6 months. Obviously, a disclaimer at this point: there's no guarantee. I can't make any guarantees about that, but providing that your business is reasonably in shape and you've got the right opposing party, then you can get the deal done quickly.